Share Beirut presents Esraa Haidar.
When Rosa Parks, a 43-year-old African-American, decided to sit in the white section of the Montgomery bus, she was taking a position, and she was making a statement. And as spontaneous as her statement was, she triggered a movement that changed the face and the scene of African-American state and situation for years to come. And Rosa Parks was forced to walk to school every single day while watching white children ride the bus. And it is this bus that taught Rosa Parks that there is a white world and a black world. I am no Rosa Parks, but I have struggled for my entire life with stereotypes and discrimination against veiled women. And because of the way that I dress, the way that I talk, and the veil that I wear every single day, I have been labeled, I have been categorized, and I have been assumed to be less smart, less intelligent, less qualified, even before I speak. And if it weren't for my American accent, the discrimination would definitely be more. And today, I stand upon you to tell you my story of the pain that I have been going through for every single day of my life. And the pain of discrimination is a pain like no other. The feeling of being treated unfairly is something that is sometimes more painful than physical pain. And I swear to you that there are so many times when I have been forced to walk while watching others simply take the bus. I face discrimination the most in the workplace. Being someone coming from the marketing industry, looks are very, very, very important. And I realized that being veiled and covered up from head to toe was not very appealing for the marketing industry in Lebanon. And I was locked up in an office where I had to work from 8 to 5, and all of my talent and skills had to be used with the computer, not with people, simply because I was veiled. And I lived with this situation, and I really believed in my heart that this is how it's going to be for the rest of my life. Little did I see any hope, or little did I see a chance for change. I didn't believe that change was possible until the 20th of February, 2010. The same thing that triggered Rosa Parks to go and sit in the white section of the Montgomery bus, something triggered me on that day to walk into my boss's office and give him my resignation. I had had enough of discrimination, of pain, of stereotyping, and I was ready to face the world and start something new. Was it planned? Believe me, it wasn't. Did I know what I was doing at the time? I didn't. I was terrified. I was terrified of not having a job, not making money, and not knowing where I was going in my career. But the thought of being discriminated against for the rest of my life was even more terrifying. And so I decided to quit. And I went home that day, and I got a big piece of paper, and I wrote on it, freedom. I'm no Braveheart, but for the first time in a very long period, I felt freedom. And I put it above my bed because I wanted to remember what it felt to say no to discrimination. My journey was just beginning, and I really didn't know where I was going. I mean, I just left my job. Things were so unclear for me. And I thought to myself, I have two options. I either find a veiled appropriate job, such as a secretary or someone sitting behind a computer with no interaction, or I try my luck with another company, and hopefully there'll be less stereotyping and less discriminating. I chose to do neither. A few months later, I opened my own marketing company. It's a small firm, but I decided that it was about time that I do something for myself. And it is through this marketing company that I thought, well, if I have my own company, I can break all the stereotypes and I can change the world. But I was wrong again. Because even though I left the discriminated workplace and the discriminating boss, I was still in the discriminating world. And for the past 2 years, ever since I launched my company, I have been struggling in order to break the stereotypes, change the way that people think. Except this time, I was fighting it and struggling with power. I was no longer struggling in silence behind a desk. You see, having my own company means that I have to work with suppliers and clients and employees. And it is this daily interaction that has allowed me to change the way people see and view veiled women. And there are various stages which anyone who interacts with me has to go through. The first is the shocking stage. As I walk in as a marketing consultant, all dressed up and elegant and putting on my veil, and they're not expecting a veiled marketing consultant. They're expecting someone different. So if they're willing to give me a chance, they'll see me for a second time. And when they do, they'll start to get to know me and understand who I am. And hopefully by the third and fourth time, the perceptions are starting to change. And I didn't know that throughout my daily routine, I was changing perceptions until a client of mine confessed to me. This client had been with me for the past 2 years. And throughout these 2 years, I considered him to be one of the most accepting clients, except he wasn't. And a few months ago, he confessed to me that the only reason that he had continued to do business with me was that because he was waiting for me to make a mistake and to tell me, I told you so. And when he realized that this wasn't going to happen, he approached me and apologized and confessed that his perception of veiled women had changed. I haven't changed everyone I work with, and the journey is just beginning. But it is through entrepreneurship that I have started a cycle, and I've started a mission. And to me, entrepreneurship is more than just making money and opening businesses. It's really initiating causes and initiating change. Changing the way in which we want to see the world, changing the situations which we don't agree with, and changing the things which we believe should be changed. It is through entrepreneurship and my daily interactions that I have reached people and showed them that yes, veiled women are as good enough. And I know that my journey is just beginning. Every single day, I remember Rosa Parks, and I remember the way that she walked to school and how she had to watch the white children go on the bus. And there should be no black world or white world, no religious world or non-religious world, or veiled or non-veiled world. And all of us together should ride on the bus and take a journey of change, inspiration, and acceptance. Thank you.